John Regas. I'm the patriarch of the Regas family. I founded Adelphia in 1952 after graduating with my engineering degree from a small university in New York, as well as serving in the U.S. Army.
Hi, I'm Michael Regas. I graduated from Harvard Law School in 1979. I joined Adelphia in 1981 after 2 years at Webster, Chamberlain & Bean, a Washington, D.C. law firm. I'm also the oldest brother of the three.
I'm Tim Regas. I've served as director, CFO, CAO, and treasurer during my time at the company.
Hi, I'm James P. Regas. I am the youngest of the three brothers. I graduated from Harvard and Stanford and joined Adelphia in 1986.
My name is James Brown. I am the Vice President of Finance at Adelphia.
I'm Michael Okey Mulcahy, Assistant Treasurer and Vice President of Adelphia.
Hey, Tim.
Good night.
They're onto us, Dad. The SEC is breathing down our necks. We've got to come clean.
You come here the day of my daughter's wedding and tell me to turn myself in like a coward?
What do they have on us, Michael? They're accusing us of excluding liabilities off of our financial statements, inflating our earnings to meet Wall Street expectations, and using corporate funds to build a golf course and a luxury hotel.
Butler, Michael, I built this company almost 50 years ago from nothing. I will not let you or anyone else squeal to the feds. Unbelievable.
Do you think they'll catch us, Dad?
Don't worry about it, Timmy. Butler, now back to business. How are we doing against our competition?
Well, we jumped up to the 5th largest telecommunication business this year, but we're still behind Comcast and AT&T. There's no threats of new entrants to the market, and with our recent acquisitions, we're gaining some ground on the big guys.
That's not good enough. I want to be number one. That is why I created this company. I could have been perfectly happy with my movie theater in our little town in Pennsylvania. But no, go back to that pesky Frontier Vision partner, and if we still aren't over 5 million subscribers, make it look like we are.
What do I buy them with, Dad? We already have $2 billion in faulty loans from our family trust. Do you want me to write up more?
No, Timmy. We need to make them an offer that they can't refuse.
The Regases!
You think we have a strong case?
I think it's more likely than not that fraud has occurred. But in all seriousness, they have a lot of related party interactions here, and these related parties have no income or no assets, nothing on the balance sheet. Also, cash is shown to have been decreasing over the past 5 years, but their debt has increased outstandingly over this time as well. And the Regases are somehow purchasing stock with funds that are unsubstantiated by the balance sheet. And I have no idea where this funding is coming from.
Yeah, their latest earnings release did have a footnote of hidden liabilities of over $2 billion.
It did.
Deloitte's such a good firm, though. I don't think they'd miss something like this.
I know, but I have a theory of how it actually happened.
Let me see it.
Okay.
So this is Granddaddy Adelphia right here, the big guy. And Adelphia has a lot of consolidated subsidiaries. These consolidated subsidiaries take advantage of Adelphia's reputation and their lines of credit. So what the Regases have done is started with what we're referring to as Regas entities. And these are non-consolidated entities. What these non-consolidated entities have done has set up a relationship with these unconsolidated entities up here, these consolidated entities up here. They have entered into co-borrowing relationships where they're both able to borrow on the same line of credit, but they're both liable for it. So what the Regases have been doing in these companies, they have been borrowing heavily against it and putting all of the debts on their balance sheets, and they're not on the consolidated subsidiary balance sheets. Therefore, they're not showing up in Adelphia's financials. Another scheme that Adelphia has been doing is when they do have debts that they're trying to drop, they'll get rid of them in a fraudulent manner. What they will do is that they will dump the bank debt to these unconsolidated Rigus entities. At the same time, they will issue payables to these Rigus entities for them accepting the debt. In order to pay for the debt, they will send stock to these Rigus entities, who will then reassign them to another Rigus entity that is not a co-borrower with these original consolidated entities. In return, they will open up a receivable for the stock to be repaid, as well as the stock going to the Rigus entities. These Rigus entities will then perform another fraudulent activity. They will send fictitious cash payments to Adelphia, which they will show this through false documentation to the auditors, and Adelphia will then take the receivable off the books from this false cash payment, and this will be to pay the payables back to these unconsolidated entities. And there you have it. No one knows what happened.
Wow. Yeah, that all sounds great, except I think there's an H in Adelphia. But on a serious note, why are the co-borrowing Rigus entities assigning stock to the non-co-borrowing Rigus entities?
That's a good question. The co-borrowing Rigus entities' assets are collateral for the loans. So if they transfer them to the non-co-borrowing Rigus entities, then if they default on their loans, the bank can't touch that stock.
I still don't see how Deloitte can miss something like this, though.
Well, the auditors should have found this. The economics of the transactions should have been identified. If they did journal entry testing, that could have shown that Adelphia was actually moving debt off the balance sheet and that the Riguses were just gaining stock. And how could the auditors have been fooled by the false receipts for the stock issuance? I'm even confused because they were commingling personal disbursements with corporate ones as well.
Well, I think I'm convinced.
Man, I love working for the Rigus family. It's been my best job.
I know, and I mean, Adelphia created so many jobs for people in the community. I mean, they give back to everyone. They have these awesome Christmas parties every year.
Yes. Did you go last year?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Books tonight. So I'm a little tight on money this month. I have a new Ferrari to pay for now. So
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna need $1 million this month. Can you make that happen?
I can sign off on anything you need.
Okay, good. Don't tell anybody about our second set of books.
It'll be all quiet.
Okay, good. Let's just keep cooking the books.
Anybody got a king?
Go fish. Anyone got a queen?
Go fish.
All right, let's do this. SEC, open up.
Oh, hell no!
Get him.
You're gonna let them escape?
Let him. Do I die too? I'm just the butler.
Just pour me a drink. You guys thought you could get away with fraud, did you? I took forensic accounting. I know what's up.
Not on our watch.
Anybody got a king?
Go fish. Anyone got a queen?
Go fish.
Look at them in there, throwing their money.
Let's do it.
SEC, you're under arrest.
Hell no! I was just doing what I was told.
I'm under arrest too.
So what opportunity did you have to commit the fraud?
Well, all of our board of directors, for the most part, was our family, and the other board of directors was made up of close acquaintances, and everyone was kind of related, and that's how we could get away with everything. Also, the head of our audit committee, Tim, my son, he's also the CFO, so it was kind of not really good segregation of duties there. that was our opportunity.
So what did you see as an opportunity to commit this fraud?
Well, as a CFO, I can tell you that our internal controls sucked. And our board of directors was not independent, so nobody questioned what we were doing.
What kind of pressures were you under during this fraud?
Well, the cable industry is pretty tough, and our shareholders were expecting us to meet our earnings, and we face a lot of competition from companies like Comcast and AT&T.
What kind of pressures were you under during the fraud?
Well, as the son of the founder of the company, we were all under a lot of pressure to make him happy and to do what he told us to do.
How did you guys rationalize this?
Well, we all worked really hard for this company. We didn't feel like there was anything wrong with, taking a little bit of the company's money for our own personal benefit.
But they're gonna get it back anyway.
So who are you?
I'm just the butler.
I didn't do anything wrong. This is ridiculous.